how to use Zoom. Let's do a mini tutorial. Mr. Bob already got a private lesson, and if he, gave me any attitude, he was a perfect student, but if he would have given me any attitude, I would have made him do this training now.
Thank you.
Here's what I want to teach you. Number one, camera view. If you are on a computer, in the top right part of your screen, well, let me stop sharing my screen. It'll be easier. In the top right part of your screen, there's a toggle between speaker view or gallery view. Does everyone see that? If you're on a computer, click that. If you hit gallery view, you'll be able to see lots of squares. Did anyone not know that?
No, I don't see it.
Are you on a computer, Pepper?
Yes.
Okay, it's in the top right corner. It's a little grid.
Okay.
It's a grid. You see the grid?
Yep, and I got it, and I got gallery view now.
It's nice to see a lot of people, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So if someone's talking for a long time, you might want to put it back on the speaker view, because then it just keeps it on them, and then it puts little bits of video above it. But I like to keep it on gallery view. I like to see what's going on. So that's one tip on using your camera. And then again, as you start leading your own groups, you're going to want to explain to people, hey, here's how you use your camera well, so you can enjoy the user experience. Now, if you're on a cell phone, what you need to do is swipe to the left. So just literally take your finger, put it on the screen, and swipe left. And then you're going to see 4 or so grids. And if you keep swiping, you'll see 4 more people. Keep swiping, you can see a lot of people. Does that make sense? Okay. The other thing I want to teach you about is the mute button. This is your friend and my friend. The mute button is in the top right part of your screen. Zoom etiquette, okay? You have to keep yourself on mute if you're not talking, because people do not want to hear the background noise or your kid screaming or, your cat meowing, whatever's going on back there. Keep yourself on mute, and you want to encourage the people in your group also to be on mute unless they're talking. It just makes the experience better for everyone else, and that's how you do that.
Top right.
Say what?
It's bottom left, not top right.
Oh, it's bottom left for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bottom left or top right? It's top right for me for some reason, but thank you. Bottom left or top right. The other thing is, I like to encourage, and I don't mean anyone to feel bad here. I always say it like this. If you can't use your video for whatever reason, totally understand. Sometimes there's things going on and we just have to be video off. But if you can have your video on, or you're willing to have your video on, I always like to encourage people to turn it on. It makes it a lot more interactive to be able to see people's faces. Again, if you can't, it's okay. There's no pressure, no shame. But sometimes people are doing it just to think it doesn't really matter, but sure, I can turn it on. And I would say, yeah, please turn it on. It's helpful to see everyone's faces, especially once you get into breakout rooms. It's really awkward talking to a black screen. So that's one tip there. Another tip is comments. At the bottom of your screen, there is a little word cloud, and it says chat. That's where chat is. And that's how you'll access information. Here's another tip you need to know about that. If someone comes into the meeting, they cannot see what was in the chat before they came into the meeting. So for example, I've already posted all of the Google Doc links, and a lot of people have already come into the meeting. So I need to do that again. And if you're going to use Google Docs, which I would encourage you to do, and I will show you how to use that in a little bit, you're going to need to post them again like I did just there, so that everyone can see it. Has everyone found chat? Okay. Most people, I think, have figured out chat, but always explain that, especially as you start your own group. And if there's new people, they need to know how to do that. And then the last thing that I want to teach you, and I know a lot of you have already interacted with this the other night, is the Google Docs. So in the comments now, there are links. And if your name is between A and E, last name is between A and E, hit that first link and go to the Google Docs. If your last name is between F and P, hit that second link and go to your Google Doc. And if your last name is between Q and Z, hit that link and go to your Google Doc. Okay? Does everyone see the Google Docs in the link? in the chat? Okay. If you cannot see it, unmute yourself and just tell me.
So Bo, I can see them, but they don't seem to be live. So I just copied and pasted it into a new tab. I'm not sure if that's me or if that's something going on with the chat.
That's you.
Okay, is there a way to fix that?
I don't know. I'm stumped.
Okay. All right, well, copying and pasting it worked. I have the doc open. I just Monday when we did it, I just clicked on it and it went. So I don't know what happened that was different. But
Yeah.
just thought I would check.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Okay.
That's really helpful to know. Bradsky. Yes, those are links. Hit the link that goes with your last name. So A through E, F through P, Q through Z. And here's the other tip, because I had a few people message me about that. If you're whatever web browser you're using, Safari, Firefox, Chrome, whatever it is, just keep that Google Doc open. And when you're working on it, especially if you go away from the screen, to come back to Zoom, you're going to hit the Zoom icon back on your computer and it will bring you right back in to Zoom. If you're on a Mac, it'll be right there on your Finder bar. Hit the Zoom button. You'll come right back to the screen. Hit the Safari button or your Chrome button. You'll go right back to Google Docs. If you are on a PC, I don't know. Does anyone have a tip for PC? How to get back and forth?
If you do alternate tab, it changes your screens really quickly.
Okay, so hold down
the
the Alt key and hit Tab on a PC.
Yeah, it just switches you between your screens.
Okay, nice. Alternate and Tab.
Or you could just do split screens and use your mouse to go between the two.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing. I'm on a PC and I have Google Docs open for half the screen so I can look at you and also write in the document at the same time.
Well, Mr. Bob, I knew you should have taught this part. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to know how to do that as well, how to do that split screen.
So are you on a Mac or are you on a PC?
PC.
How do you do that on a PC?
Jim,
Once you've gone to Google Documents, you've got your Google document open, it's filling the whole screen. But when it came up overlaying the Zoom page. It didn't do away with the Zoom page. So you can write your comments in the Google Doc screen, and then you can either reduce the size by using the square in the upper right-hand corner, the maximize square, but use it for like half size, and then you can slide it around the screen and move it off to the right so you can still look at everybody else on the left.
And if you take that window and you move it all the way to the right, it will take half the screen. Then you take Zoom at the top of it, move it all the way to the left, and it'll automatically fill the other half of the screen.
And then if you're on a Mac, you can just hold down the green button in the top left corner of your screen, and it will ask you if you want to move it to the left, to the right, or make it a full screen. And you could split the screen that way too.
Right.